This is the Nano 100. This is a 31,000 milliamp hour, 99.2 watt hour battery bank. It's made mostly of plastic. Mostly, I mean, come on, let's be honest. It's made entirely of plastic. The casing is plastic. That being said, it's a fairly hefty device. It's got 4 rubber feet on the bottom, which make it rather sturdy on a flat surface. There is something, however, fairly limiting about this particular device, and that's the number of ports that you have. Ports meaning connections. The primary is this. As you can see, it is connected to the battery bank. You can't replace it. It's latched onto the device. You can set it at a particular length, and then it can retract back into the housing, which is a good feature because then you don't really need to bring a cable if you feel like you want to have fewer cables in your bag. It's USB-C, so that means that if you have a lightning connector for your older iPhone or iPads, you're going to need an adapter or just another cable. This is magnetized to the top of here, so when you push it down, it does in fact stay down. That's a nice feature. However, the front panel provides just 2 additional ports. One is another USB in and out, and the other is an out USB-A. And that's it. There's no alternative additional power tap on this. So you don't get a plug tap, so as you would with your wall socket. There's no way to expand any of this. The data information comes in, well, kind of a somewhat color. The battery indicator is in teal or maybe aqua color. It's hard to tell really on this screen. The screen is bright. It is fairly large. It does produce and display your battery level, the output wattage, the input wattage when you're charging, and obviously gives you a very clear indication of how much battery is left. It's a good device. I think it works really well. Now, in my experience, when I wanted to use this, I was able to use all 3 ports at once. So I was able to charge using the USB-C from the internal cable. I was able to charge with the USB-C external cable socket here, and also with the USB-A. Now, obviously, if you have 3 devices that are charging all at once, that's going to produce slower recharge for all 3 devices, especially through USB-A, because that's a very, very slow recharge rate compared to the 45 watt max output of this particular port. Which means that, theoretically, if you have a lower powered laptop, you can in fact use this in order to recharge your laptop, or in fact power your laptop off of this if it's running low on battery. Of course, if you have a higher performance laptop, this is not going to cut it. So you just got to be mindful what type of device that you have. However, that being said, iPhones, iPads, tablets from Android and other manufacturers will work fine with this particular device through this USB-C or even through this top USB-C. Now, the top USB-C has a 100 watt max, and that's particularly helpful when you have a more powerful laptop that you want to charge. This means including some of the newer generation MacBook Pros. Okay, how is this in use? In my experience, I found this Nano 100 was able to actually power my devices fairly well. I didn't have any hookups, and I didn't really have any issues with powering my iPad, my iPhone, my Android phone, my Android tablet. I also tried to connect it to my MacBook Pro, but let's just say that didn't work out because my MacBook Pro requires a 95 watt hour battery, and even with this 100 watt out, it wasn't actually charging particularly quickly, and it was essentially a trickle charge when I was using the laptop. But when the laptop was in sleep mode, yeah, it charged. It took probably about 5 hours to charge that laptop to full battery from about 15%. I think this is a fairly decent option. Now, in the alternative, you do have other products here. You have a battery bank, something like this. This is the more traditional battery bank that you carry around. It's much, much thinner. I mean, it is much more portable than something like this. I mean, this is I mean, look at this. This is huge. This one's from Anker. It's the Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 version. But, you know, even though it's an Anker device, and I love them, this is made of metal, it too has some limitations. One of the limitations of this older device is that it uses one of these micro USBs to charge. That's how old this is. But it has 3 USB A's. One happens to be a USB Type 3, not USB 3, not USB C, but quick charge USB A output. I like this. I've had this for probably 7 years, maybe less than that, 6 years, something like that. And it's worked out really well. I haven't really had any issues. Obviously, you can see that it's still in good condition. The battery isn't bulging out, meaning it's about to explode. I've taken this everywhere. I've used it on many devices, and it works really good. This is a more powerful, by more powerful I mean a higher capacity option. So this is the Nano 100. I think it's a fairly good device for what you're getting it for. 31,000 milliamp hour is, you know, quite a hefty amount of storage, power storage on this device. We do see now in the market 31,000, 35,000, 45,000 milliamp hour battery banks. So this isn't really the highest capacity you can find, but you know, it's decent and it's small enough that you can throw it into your backpack if you're going camping, and you can charge your phones or your tablets for overnight, or if you have a family of 4 or friends of 4 who are going out. This is not a long-term solution, obviously. If you want something that's for a couple of days at a time, maybe even a week at a time, you want those really dedicated, big, portable battery packages that are intended specifically for camping and outdoor use. This, not so much. It just happens to look like it's for camping or outdoor use. Nevertheless, it's a good product. I think it works. If you want to pay the price, you get 31,000 milliamp hour, 99.2 watt hour, and 3 pretty solid connections, and a fairly nice display.